Alright, so Black Friday is just around the corner, and because of that, Netmarble is trying to convince players that it's still a good idea to invest hundreds, if not thousands, into Marvel Future Fight, a almost 10-year-old dying game. And today, I had a bunch of y'all hit me up. Actually, yesterday, people started hitting me up, but today specifically, I got even more people hitting me up about the dev note that they released yesterday, saying that they're going to be improving the game. And since this thing has come out, over 100,000 people have read it, so that's quite a bit considering where Marvel Future Fight is right now. I don't even think they have 100,000 people consistently logging in every single day. And I say consistently logging in every single day because the game has gotten very, very stale and boring in my opinion. And truthfully speaking, I laughed my ass off when I saw the improvement that they were bringing for 2024 that were going to save the game. Bro, realistically, what is a new epic quest gonna do for this game? We already have like 200 characters, half of them really don't get used.
He ain't lying.
Let's be real. And then they're going to improve world boss and add new world bosses.
Stupid. They use calculators too. Stupid.
Let me ask you guys this. Will Marvel Future Fight become a better game overall if they added 5 new world bosses? Will Marvel Future Fight become a better game overall if they added 5 new epic quests? An epic quest that you play once, unlock the characters, and never touch again. Unless you invest a bunch of crystals in it and you're just trying to get the extra materials out of it, whether it's ISOs, Phoenix Feathers, or M-Crown crystals. Will Marvel Future Fight become a better game if they add 5 new tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4 natives? That's what I want to ask you guys, truly, because at this point, them doing the same thing that they've done for 9 years isn't what's going to keep players. They need to innovate. What they're doing is more of the same thing that is failing. Let's be real. They drop a new world boss or a new epic quest. This new epic quest that they're gonna bring, hype for maybe 2 weeks. After that, only new players coming in gonna care about it. Let's be real. We have so many epic quests in the game and realistically nobody even talks about them anymore. Same goes for World Boss. World Boss is hyped for the month that it comes out, and then after that, no one cares, bro. Especially if the amount of effort that you're putting in to fight these bosses is significantly higher, but the reward count that you get, the drop count, is exactly the same. If you can get the same amount of rewards, whether it's tier 4 or tier 3 materials from fighting Null, as opposed to fighting, I don't know, a Nihilus as a World Boss Legend that's significantly harder than Null, why would anyone even care? That's what I want to ask you guys, bro. At this point, the updates are tier 4, tier 3 uniforms. Most of the time, people skip the tier 4, skip even the tier 3 sometimes, and skip the uniforms a majority of the updates. And I feel as though that's pretty much what's gonna happen with the updates in 2024 unless something changes drastically. This is a really tone-deaf dev note if you ask me, because sure, it's gonna be interesting to see who gets added in these epic quests, who gets added as a world boss, and then that's where the interest dies. It's just who. And as far as I see it, in my opinion, this dev note, the timing of it just feels like, listen, Black Friday is coming up. We know players are aggravated. We know players are bored with the game. We want to make them feel like we're listening. So let's tell them we're going to give you more of what you love so much about this game in 2024. So how about you just go ahead and spend a bunch of money on Black Friday to prepare for it. Because that's what people genuinely do. That's what I used to do when the game was exciting. I would spend hundreds, if not thousands, on Black Friday to set myself up for the next year that's coming, or at least the next 6 months, when we can spend again for the anniversary really big. But this year, bro, if I spend more than like $5, bro, like that's a lot for me. Okay, truly, at this point, I have these guys on the Stark Stash diet, bro. That's it. Until they do something outside the ordinary, I'm going to do the ordinary. I'm going to do the bare minimum. I might pop in, do a video here or there if something excites me or something interests me, and if they do nonsense, I'll come in here if I feel like it, or if enough people reach out to me about it and talk my shit. And I know I come across as jaded, but I'm just speaking the truth. Not my truth, just the truth. As it stands, we have so many characters. Yes, a new epic quest is a new way for you to get characters for free, but we already have so many characters in the game and we don't use the majority of them anyways. They're only hyped for maybe 2 weeks and then that is it. As you can see, Doctor Strange got tier 4. I didn't even bother to get him to level 80 because he holds really no value. He's not going to change the game for me. He's definitely not going to change the game for none of you guys. Carol, I got her potential I think the second day of this update. I didn't even bother to get her to level 80 and she's actually getting a better upgrade than Doctor Strange. I might get her to level 80 and that's sad to say, bro. And that's not because I hate Carol.
You lying?
I'm just saying where I'm at right now, where a majority of us are at right now, a lot of these tier 4s overlap, do the same thing. And if you already have a character that's doing the same thing as a new character, why even bother investing the money, the time, the resources in these characters? It just truly doesn't make any sense. So they need to bring content, events, other things that excites players to make some of these characters hold value, or make it so that value changes over time for older characters. They gotta spice up the game if they want people to keep spending. But I don't think they care about the old money. They don't care about the people like me that have invested thousands, you know what I'm saying, the tens of thousands. They care about the people who are new to the game that haven't spent yet, because it's easier to convince those people to spend money. That's it, right? So that's why they're basically just doing the bare minimum and seeing what they can get away with. But it be like that. Y'all let me know what you think about the patch notes in the comment section. Let me know if you guys want to see me drop a video on Carol at level 80. Definitely will not be tier 4ing her. And I didn't even bother making a video on Kamala Khan, even though I got her uniform, for the simple fact that she got a great upgrade, but realistically, there's no purpose, right? There's truly no purpose. If you had the old uniform, the new one seems like it's about a minute or so, not even a minute, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds faster for clearing the same content that she was already clearing. But
oh my god, who the hell cares?
you have tier 4 characters that are like 2 or 3 minutes faster. I was gonna say better, but faster than her for clearing the same content. So why bother? Right, unless you really love the character. I guess at this point, Marvel Future Fight, if anything, is just becoming even more so a hero collector, because you're just collecting characters even if you're never going to use them. You're buying uniforms for characters even if you're never going to use them, and they don't care as long as the sales are made if people are actually enjoying the game. But I may be wrong. Maybe there's a lot of you guys that are still enjoying Marvel Future Fight and would be very much so excited to see what they do in 2024 for World Boss. It would be the one thing if they were revamping the overall system of World Boss, but if they're just gonna keep adding more, making them more difficult along the way while keeping the drop for you know what I'm saying, live seed and carbonadium the same. The only good thing I saw in this dev note was that they're gonna make, and this is common sense, this just should have been the case anyways, and this really goes to show you people, this is one thing that I see people super excited about. This is how bad it's become. Stuff that's common sense, that should have been common sense from the get-go, you're basically praising them for finally doing it. And what I'm talking about is they're gonna finally make it so that the drop rate for books, Titan records, are better in World Boss Legend. It's actually crazy to say, because that should have been the basic, right? If the drop rates shouldn't be better in lower end content than it is in higher end content. The stuff just doesn't scale like it's supposed to. Common sense should just dictate that, bro. That's like a freaking amateur boxer getting paid more than a seasoned vet, a professional. That doesn't make any sense, bro. But this is how a lot of the stuff in Marvel Future Fight operates, bro. You get better rewards at the lower levels, and the more effort you put in, the less you get back. It's basically diminishing return, which punishes people for spending more money or playing the game longer.